It is the Riot Podcast. Happy Monday when we're recording this or whenever you're listening to it for you.
Happy day.
Happy day.
And welcome back to Hudson.
Yeah.
Are you going to put in a little bit of your snow stories from Friday?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And, I didn't mention it in the story, but, when I woke up, trying to get out of my house at 5 a.m. on Friday, and it didn't happen.
Well, that was your problem. You should have started at 4.
Right,
but,
of course.
It already happened.
Then I might have been able to rock my car back and forth enough on the street to finally have gotten to somewhere where it was plowed.
So we've established you didn't try, but okay, sure.
Minimal effort.
But of course, I didn't. At 5 o'clock, then I was, communicating with you guys, getting things ready in case none of us could make it in, or helping you guys out with getting stuff ready for the show, which you did wind up getting to do. But once the show started, I went back to bed.
I told you, Nikki, I told you. I said it on air multiple times.
Mad.
I said we need to call Hudson, check in, see if he's awake or not. And Nikki said, he's awake. He's awake right now.
I
said he is not awake.
Working.
Yeah, she's gonna say he's working right now. I'm like, he is sleeping. I guarantee he's sleeping.
I did get a lot of work from home done. I didn't put in the full 8-hour day, but I did as much work from home as I could. But
you did
the funny thing about
everybody works the last 30 minutes of the day, and you put it all in at that time.
The funny thing is about when you're not doing the show, there's no reason to do my work at 5, 6 in the morning.
Yeah,
there is. It's called solidarity.
You can do it at any time.
I kind of thought once I texted and said I couldn't make it, you guys would also be like, yeah, I'm staying home in solidarity.
Yeah. He was hoping we would all just be like, oh, yeah, I'm not coming either.
When I had COVID, it wasn't like I was getting up early in solidarity.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Whenever you have a chance and you're at home during your normal morning hour times, we're not listening. We're not sleeping. We go back to bed.
I did listen to the show.
Did you?
Not the whole thing, because you didn't put the whole thing in the podcast, but I listened to the podcast.
No, I'm not mad at you. I think that's smart.
Not that this reflects on your character, Isaiah, but when I was the first one to text in, and I know you live a little further away too, I was like, I bet you Isaiah's not going to make it, especially now that I've opened the door for us not to make it.
I know.
So I guess it's a testament to your...
I can depend on Isaiah.
Yeah.
There you go. I'll come in whether I crash my car, you find me in the ditch. Yeah. I will make it in the morning.
Yeah, I guess once your car got moving, it's like there's not more damage that can be done to it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, hopefully somebody slides into me this morning.
Yeah.
That way I can go ahead and have them pay for the fixes.
The joke was on you because nobody else was on the road to slide into.
I know, exactly. There was nobody.
Dude,
nobody
it'd have to be a snowplow or something to hit you.
Yeah.
Well, thankfully, at the start of a new week, and hopefully weather will be better for everywhere, no matter where you're at.
Hopefully we can all safely and soundly arrive at work the entire week.
Or back to bed you go.
So today on the show, we kicked it off by having a food fight. A little bit of ice cream this early morning, and we tried the new mystery flavor from Turkey Hill. And there were some mixed reviews from the three of us. Some of us liked it. One of us liked it. The other two did not like it.
1 out of 3 Riot hosts like it.
Cannot believe we had a ice cream food fight, and some of us don't like ice cream.
I don't like.
I like ice cream.
Yeah, but we have our flavors that we like.
Yeah.
And going into it,
ice cream is ice cream, though.
Seeing the
Come
fruit
on.
stripes in it, that's just not my favorite.
Yeah, but
wait, there it is. I spoiled part of it.
Spoiler alert. No, I was the one that liked it, and I don't really like fruit in my ice cream either, but I didn't think that the fruit got in the way.
It was
what we believe to be fruit, we don't even know 100% since it's a mystery flavor, but I thought it was pretty good.
Well, coming up for an upcoming food fight, I saw that Eric was just at the store and he found the birthday Oreo celebration one. So we got something else coming this week. And if we find fault in those, there's something wrong with us.
Why didn't he have those for today for RadioU TV's birthday?
Sorry, he didn't get here in time.
Come on.
I'm so sorry.
Come on.
We have a whole sheet cake.
Yeah, we got a whole cake in it. We can't have cake, ice cream, and Oreos all in one day.
But we could have dipped the Oreos in the ice cream and cake icing.
We can still do that if we do it soon.
Can.
So keep up to date with our food fights and, of course, more Riot stuff by joining us at RadioU Riot on Facebook if you're not there already, or you follow us at RadioU Riot on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, one of the other things we talked about some dating sites a couple different times on the show. We talked about the Tinder Swindler, which continues to come up on the show. And I'm starting to think, I really am starting to think, that Hudson is also a Tinder Swindler.
Oh, come on.
Because he gave you some advice on utilizing your pets in your Tinder profile that was very controversial.
This is a lot of Tinder stuff this week. You're, getting ready, and it's that last call for trying to get a date for this weekend.
I'm not telling you to swindle somebody to get money out of them or anything like. It's a victimless crime if you are to if you are to get into a relationship with somebody on the false pretense that you have a pet who died.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. There you go.
I don't think. Who are you hurting?
I find like there's different lying. Normally it's like, oh, he's shorter than he appeared in pictures,
sure, yeah.
but not like I hate people that create a whole narrative with
A story.
Yeah, like your lie goes so deep that you have to remember certain layers of it. You get other people involved.
There's not a lot to remember. You had a dog, it died.
That's
all. That's the story.
Your friends
That's
involved.
the story.
I said, what if you have to get a fake vet? Like you have to have all this thing you get when your dog dies. You can get like the little paw print.
That's a great idea. That would really add to the story, wouldn't it?
You have a little memorial or something
next to your bed.
I know some family members that have their dog's ashes stored like on the mantle. You could do that.
I have mine in a big bucket thing.
You just get a picture of the dog.
I don't know if I could get Jim's ashes. I feel like they would stink so bad. Just end there forever.
His ashes?
Even his ashes would
They're in a
smell.
little
I'm telling you, that dog will haunt me for the rest of my life.
But if you can get to that point in the podcast where we talk about this, I'm telling you, it's a great way to get a relationship started. Where you go from there is up to you, but it's just a great way to get started.
Right. Sometimes you just have to get it going first.
Yeah. Right. You get your foot in the door.
Kick it off with
it's
a
just
lie
like
or
a
two.
job, but just like a job interview. You get your foot in the door and you see what happens from there.
All right. Well, more dating advice coming this week as we prepare you for the ultimate lie day of them all. So enjoy.
Catch you next time.
See you guys.
Have a good day.
Diamonds might be most girls' best friend, but for Nikki, it's DoorDash. The Riot on RadioU.
After the snowstorm, the winter weather that we experienced last week, and I have an important question for you.
Yes.
Can you make the coffee today?
No.
No? It sounded like on Friday, it sounded like you had it locked down.
Well, did you hear the results? Did we say the results? I think we did closer to the end of the show.
Yeah? How did it go?
It was very watery.
Oh,
so I don't think I either put too much water to like coffee grounds ratio.
Yeah.
Or I don't know what I did, but it was passable, but if there was anybody else in the building who was a coffee drinker, they would have been mad.
Yeah, I figured, well, who was here? Like you and Isaiah and anyone?
Nene came in later.
Yeah, but no coffee drinkers.
No, that was it.
So, I mean, you guys might as well have just had water. And it wouldn't have mattered. You just want to drink the creamer anyways, right?
I know, but even with extra creamer, it still tasted water.
It just tastes like watered down creamer.
So I want you to keep the coffee maker roll.
It's not so bad having me around now, is it?
It's not. I need you to come in, but I would like you to write down just a little cheat sheet to go in the coffee cabinet.
You know what? I think I can put a sticky note inside the door. How about that? That'll work.
That way you can just tell me how many cups am I supposed to put in and how much coffee grounds.
Yeah, well, see, it would be tough in the situation you guys were in. I guess what is really going to happen if you make too much coffee? But normally with all the people we have in the building that would drink coffee, I'd make a full pot.
Sure.
But if it's just the two of you, if it was just the two of you, you need like a shot glass's worth of coffee each, then I guess I wouldn't need to make that much. So that would totally change how much ground you need.
It is your fault, so I'm glad you recognize that.
Obviously.
And it messed it all up because I just tried to copy how many coffee grounds were left in the basket.
Oh, yeah.
Because no one emptied out the old grounds.
Yeah,
and so I was like, well, it looks pretty full. And then I tried to compensate with like a little extra since that was compacted
so you
down.
would think it would have been too strong.
I tried.
Yeah.
And I guess I don't care anymore.
Well, I'm glad that it's funny that you missed me. You didn't miss me for the show's purposes.
Oh, we did.
Isaiah did such a fine job filling in, but you missed me in the coffee
for the coffee department
situation.
No, you were missed for both reasons.
Oh,
okay?
well, I appreciate that.
You're not just the guy who makes the coffee. You're
I don't
more
know.
than that.
I think it sounded pretty good without me, actually.
If you missed out on the next Riot moment when it originally aired, you don't know how lucky you are. You're listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
on Friday, I missed the show.
You did?
I was not here.
You tried to come in.
Yeah, it wasn't for lack of trying. It wasn't just so simple as I looked out the window, though, and I said, there's snow, I'm not coming in.
You weren't just like,
I'm sure most people do that for their jobs.
Sure.
For us in radio, that's not what I was thinking, and my wife thought I was crazy because...
To try.
Yeah, because we're supposed to be here at 6 a.m., so it's I'm up, 4:30, 5 o'clock. I allowed myself plenty of extra time because I was like, even if I can get out, the roads are not going to be great. So I tried to pull out of my driveway, but here's the thing. I don't have a four-wheel drive car. I do have a Jeep. It's not a four-wheel drive, but I try to get out of my driveway, and as I get out onto the road that I live on, that has not been plowed whatsoever. I actually pre-shoveled my driveway a little bit the night before.
Well, you should have done the main road, too.
Yeah,
what
right.
are you doing?
So I tried to get out on the road that I live on.
Yeah.
And that is where I got stuck.
Uh-oh.
Kind of between my driveway and really actually driving on the main road. But, me, I was not going to give up. I didn't want to miss a day of work. So I am out there, and it's legitimately stuck. And I'm just trying, I put it in drive. Nope, that's not working. Put it back in reverse.
I bet everyone around you was like, hey, that's great. Someone's stuck outside.
Like I said, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm sure my neighbors love me because it was loud enough eventually, and it went on for long enough that my wife got up out of bed and came out with a shovel, and she's like, you've got to stop. This is ridiculous. And so then we dug out my car enough to get back into the driveway.
Yeah, and you were safe there.
And so then I could stay home, but it was not happening. My road was not plowed. It was not plowed. So this was Friday morning. The snow, a lot of the snow happened mostly overnight on Thursday night. We did not get our road plowed until Saturday night.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, not the road that I live on.
Now, I know you didn't know this, but because we don't talk about it too often, but if you're sick, you know how you really need a doctor's note?
Yeah.
You need like a plow person's note.
Yeah.
You have to come in and just show like, hey, the plow people did not come in.
Yeah.
It was bad. So when they do come in on Saturday, you should have gotten your note.
Yeah, right.
Brought it in today because
I
you
should have
missed
slowed
work.
them down more.
You should have be like, hey, do you mind? My work requires it needs to be embossed or whatever.
Yeah, right. Do you have a stamp?
Do you have a stamp?
An official stamp of the city?
Are you a notary? So if it's not any problem, please sign this and bring it in.
That would have been great. Well, now I guess I'm just going to have to go unpaid.
Yeah, sure. It's just one of those unclaimed days.
The thing is, so it doesn't end there, really, because, like I said, they didn't come till Saturday to plow our actual road, which still, at this point, it's not exactly
It's messy.
plowed. But between Friday and Saturday, I had to get out of my house at some point. So I did finally dislodge my vehicle and get it out onto the unplowed road. And then I'm just like kind of still doing the spinning thing, but it's just like now it's not 5 a.m. So I'm going to because the bar across the street, and which connects to the actual thoroughfare that they had plowed, that's a more high priority road.
The bar is more high profile
Well,
than the
bar
houses.
plowed themselves.
Oh, I see.
And then there's the the actual road that's a higher priority in the scheme of things. So I thought if I can just get over to the bar, I can cut through their parking lot and get onto the road, which is what I did, and so that I could get out and do some things. But then when I got back, I was like, well, I've got to park in the bar parking lot because if I try to go back on this road, I'm not going to be able to escape. So I was stuck in the bar parking lot, and then I left my car there overnight. So if anybody recognized my car and drove by, they're like, man, Hudson's really getting after it this weekend.
The snow has really driven him to the edge.
Yeah, right. Who knows what he's doing overnight. So
you just want to clarify.
Yes.
That was really because you couldn't get back.
And I was fortunate. My wife was very concerned that we were going to get towed for some reason.
Sure.
And I was like, one night is fine. But that was also having to carry my groceries across the street and in the snow and whatever. Not great.
Well, you had a mess. It was just an absolute mess.
Yeah! You were one of the lucky few who missed the riot when they were live. Yet here you are.
I also like to live dangerously.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Did you know that coming up this Sunday is a special day.
Yeah. It's the day before Valentine's Day.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yay!
That's right. Well, I was thinking it's the day where the most avocados are consumed in the United States.
Oh, sure. For the Super Bowl, everybody's getting ready.
Yep,
with
that's
their
the
snacks.
connection. But here's the bad news. Avocado prices have hit a record high.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, don't say that.
Yeah, for the for right before the Super Bowl, convenient timing.
It's a game, guys.
Yeah,
well, it is a game for the Super Bowl, but pricing and food and inflation and all this stuff, I feel like it's a game
It's
too.
a game and you can't win.
It's exactly it, which is hard because the last week or two I've been on a real guac kick.
Oh, no.
And I don't
Well,
know
you've
if
increased
I
the
noticed.
demand.
That's it.
So they need to increase the supply.
I wanted to make my own, but then at Costco, you can just kind of buy different variations of already made guacamole.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe I should try making it for the Super Bowl. I literally said that to myself.
You did. Well, now you shouldn't.
Now I know I should not. And I also know that if I buy avocados from Costco, they're not like really ripe
Oh,
yet.
yeah?
So
Not
I'd
ready?
have to time it perfectly for the game.
How long does it take?
I think
I
usually
don't know that much about avocados.
Well, it's hard. It's usually like a few days, but then if you miss it by like a few hours, then they turn brown.
Oh, no. Yeah.
So you have to be right on.
Well, I don't know much about avocados in that sense. I do know how to cut them really well. If you ever
Yeah.
need somebody to cut an avocado,
You're the man.
I'm your guy to cut it and then take the core out. I can totally do that in a really cool way.
So avocado prices have hit a record high for February, and they say the increase will come even more this week because the Super Bowl is the biggest day for avocado consumption.
They're going to charge you through the nose if you want to get guac or avocado. Listen to this. A 20-pound box of avocados has gone up compared to this time last year by $6.29.
It's not the price. I mean, it's increased by that.
That's increased that much. That's 20 pounds.
Well,
so that's, 20 avocados? I don't know. I'm not an avocado expert. I don't know how much they weigh.
Have you made guacamole?
Yeah, you need 20, don't you?
You do. And you're like, why have I gained 20 pounds? You're like, it's the 20-pound box you just ate.
Right. So with that said, I guess we're going to have to start considering alternatives. Like, I keep saying, I'm not a guac or avocado expert or fan, so I don't know much about them. I know that it's not on my Super Bowl menu. So what are you going to replace it with something else?
I don't know. Does ananybody have
you
any
started menu planning yet?
I actually have.
Oh, yeah?
Gosh, I can't.
Are you having people over or
No.
just menu planning for yourself?
It's just me and Eric. I wanted to plan. I can't stand myself either. So, guys, if you have any non-avocado good game snacks, I'm all ears because I need to replace that now.
You know what? It's good to hear that it sounds like you're considering making stuff yourself, though.
I wanted to do
Although maybe you want to support the local businesses. I don't know. But.
I am the local business. I am the small business.
Yeah.
I wanted to make like small like pretzels.
Okay.
And then have like a honey mustard sort of dip to make with it.
There you go.
But it was a lot of work.
Yeah,
so we'll
it sounds
see.
like a lot.
And I'm sure pretzel prices have increased.
Obviously. That's why we're talking about avocados. The pretzels are already kicked out.
So if you have any ideas, text 8772 RadioU. As you're just like me, I'm sure, guys. You're all planning what you'll eat on Sunday.
I was going to suggest chicken wings, but we all know those prices have increased if you can even find them. So.
Well, you're right. They really hit us on all of our fun foods, right?
Yeah, right? I bet you like salad, the prices have gone down or something.
Okay, you would think that. But anytime you read salad stuff, they're like, don't eat it.
That's right. There's been like outbreaks with that. So
I don't know what we're supposed to have.
What we're just going to eat for the Super Bowl party. The plan is we're going to eat whatever the price hasn't increased with yet.
Have fun finding
that
out.
So it's probably going to be like strawberries and ham or something.
No, I actually was just planning on having some crusty bread.
There you
and
go.
That's about it.
No, that's gone up too.
Bread and butter.
Yeah.
Store at room temperature? Now that they can do. The Riot RadioU.
Las Vegas, Nevada. Maybe you've heard of it.
Well, we had the Pro Bowl game there.
Oh,
so
that's
sure.
right. That's right.
It's been busy there.
I didn't even realize there's a connection, but there absolutely is. We have a man. He was not in town for the Pro Bowl. In fact, he was in Las Vegas way back on January 8th.
Yeah.
Okay. And, what do you do in Las Vegas? You play the slots and whatever.
You play the buffet.
Yeah, right. You try to get enough comps to get the free buffet.
Exactly.
And so that's what this guy was doing. He, on his slot machine, now he didn't realize this. The casino didn't realize this but he on a slot machine won about 230.
You numbers.
One day I'm just going to smoothly transition into saying the number correctly, and
it's worse because you're like 20. Oh no, wait, it's better. It's
I should have just said 23,000. No, it was $230,000 he won on a slot machine, but. There was a malfunction with the slot machine, so it didn't notify him
that he won.
Yeah, I'm sure normally it would be like massive win, and then coins would start like spraying out, not literally, but on the screen it would show. But it didn't do any of that.
He was at the Treasure Island Hotel and Casino,
and I also believe that normally when you win that much money, it alerts like somewhere the casino staff.
Tax thing. Oh, that's why they went to find this guy.
And probably like for that much, there'd be like a siren that starts going off.
Sure.
Woo-hoo, you're a big winner. I don't know. That's how I picture it.
They say that the slot machine malfunction. I thought when I saw this story first, I was like, oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's just the hotel doesn't want to pay that out.
Yeah.
But Nevada wants to because I'm sure they get a certain amount of money from a big win.
That's right.
And so the
integrity of the gambling
there
too.
Is
you're
none.
right.
The Nevada Gaming Control Board, they had to go and find out who this guy was because too much time had passed. They didn't even know who he was.
Right. So somehow, again, I guess maybe in a routine machine audit or something. That's what I'm not exactly clear on, how the Nevada Gaming Control Board came to be aware of the error where the casino and this man did not. But he had gone back. He actually lives in Arizona. His name is Robert Taylor. So the Nevada Gaming Control Board had to track him down. And so they did. So, he left Vegas thinking that however much money he was probably down.
He didn't know he won.
And then a few weeks later, the Nevada Gaming Control Board contacts him and tells him he's won at $233,000. And he still lost money.
So I feel like CBS should totally get on like a NGCB, Nevada Gaming Control Board TV show.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was totally like police stuff because they had to go through surveillance videos from several casinos to find the guy.
Oh, wow.
They interviewed witnesses. They went through electronic purchase records and rideshare data provided by all of Nevada's transportation stuff.
Yeah.
So like they really did it was an investigation to find out.
It's surprising they found him this quickly in a month's time.
Well, if you realize when you're going anywhere, you leave a really big electronic footprint.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If this was he owed them money, he'd be really upset. I can't believe they're keeping all this data on me. But because he wins $230,000, it all works out. But the casinos have a lot of reasons to keep track of especially in Vegas, to keep track of everybody that goes in and out and everything that they're doing. I can keep an eye out. So,
Treasure Island doesn't want to be known as the place where if you gambled there, you could win but not know it.
Yeah, right.
So I'm sure they also wanted to find out the guy. So he has to go back to Vegas to collect his prize, but he was notified last week and he won $230,000.
Well, congratulations to Robert Taylor. But don't let this give you any ideas.
They won't find you.
You start going through your records. Wait a minute. I think I had a malfunctioning machine too.
I doubt
Probably
it.
not.
This is The Riot. RadioU.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Coming up.
We're almost there, guys.
It's a week away. Mm-hmm. So once again, I can't give enough warnings that you want to remember that Valentine's Day is a week away and plan ahead accordingly, especially with supply chain issues and stuff. What if you can't get chocolate?
You
want to
just be prepared so that whether it's going to be a good day no matter what.
Oh yeah.
It does not define you.
No.
It does not.
Your relationship. It doesn't make or break your relationship.
It doesn't at all. But in case you want to lay low during it, you just want to remember it's next Monday, or in case you really want to go all out with it, you just got to remember.
Yeah. So keep that in mind. Now with Valentine's Day coming up, there's a big focus on relationships, and what I was thinking about is. When you go into a relationship, when you're dating somebody, there are certain rules that you'll kind of, I don't know, it's not like you and your partner will lay them out, but there's certain rules that you're going to abide by when you're in a relationship, at least that you should, that you wouldn't abide by generally otherwise if you were single. And what I was thinking was, it would kind of suck if you had to abide by all of those rules and you didn't get to see the person, you're not allowed to flirt with anybody. You're not allowed to go out with your friends or whatever on this night of the week or whatever. All the kind of rules that you would have in a relationship. what if you just couldn't see or hang out with the person that you're in a relationship with? So you got all the rules and none of the fun that comes with a relationship. I guess that's a long distance relationship, which
it's tough.
Yeah, those are tough, and they're not for many people. But when you think about it that way, that's probably how a lot of us think about God, where God is all about the rules. Where if you get into a relationship with God, it's not about having a relationship with Him. It's about the rules. That God's going to tell you this is what you can and cannot do. But where's the other side of that? Where's the relationship side? Well, I want to tell you that a relationship with God is that. It's a relationship where you actually are supposed to be with God, where Jesus will be a part of your life. He's not going to hand you down a set of rules and say, live by these, do this, don't do that,
or we're breaking up.
Yeah, and don't even talk to me. I'm going to be across the country. That's not what God wants. God wants to be in a relationship with you where He is with you every single day, where He is going through life with you, helping you with your life, and being there just like somebody that you are actually, dating would be there, where you could talk to them whenever, where you could say whatever needs to be said and have good times and whatever. That's what God wants to do with you. Jesus wants to, I'm not telling you have to date God. I know we've probably heard that too, but I am telling you that don't think that talking to Jesus, that's some far off thing and it's just a bunch of rules. That's not what God is about. God is about being with you in your life. And if you want that, all you need to do is ask. Say, hey, God, I want you in my life. I want to find out more about what a relationship with you is like, and less about the rules and more about who you actually are and you being with me in my life. And he'll start talking to you right from there.
Hudson, Nikki, The Riot on Radio U.
So you guys know this, right? Valentine's Day coming up. Mm-hmm. Don't know if you've heard. And of course, there's two reasons to bring that up. One is if you're in a relationship and you don't want to forget. And the second is if you're not in a relationship and we want to make you feel bad. And so that you can motivate yourself to getting into a relationship.
Hudson's just the sweetest, isn't he?
Yeah. So I have here tying into the ladder of getting into a relationship, a poll here conducted by One Poll that all ties together pets and online dating.
Yeah.
And one of the interesting things they found as they asked all these people various questions is that 2 out of 3, 66% of people surveyed say that they are more likely to swipe right on a profile that also includes a picture of a pet.
Oh, like with him?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
So, Isaiah, is that why you got Jim the dog?
Yeah, exactly.
So that you become the new Tinder swindler?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why Jim's so cute,
Yeah.
I put him on there and then everybody goes crazy for him,
Carefully chosen.
Then you find out that the person wants to date you and they don't really care about you. They just want to take your dog.
They just want to pet the dog.
They really want to date the dog.
I think it just makes the person feel more real. And,
Yeah.
It does.
It's less like it's a photo that they took at like a photo shoot or something.
Right.
Or they're catfishing you. It's not. It's a dog.
Yeah, less threatening too,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Just
nice.
like how can no mean person could have a dog?
Oh, no, of course not.
You would never suspect.
That's
but
not true, unfortunately. But you got better chances of the person, I think, being a little bit kinder.
It's almost like the pet is vouching for you in the
Yeah.
picture. If
Exactly.
the pet looks happy, then that's a good sign. But that's not all they found. I really like the idea of about half of the respondents, 48%, said they would like to go on a dog-friendly date at a park or a beach. Isn't that a great? I never thought of that. I didn't have a dog when I was dating.
To take your
That
dog
only came
with you?
afterwards. But yeah, to find somebody else with the dog, and it's like, hey, why don't we also let our dogs go on a date?
I think that the dog would help me secure the date, and then once I showed up with Jim, he would ruin the date if I brought him along.
It depends on your dog and its personality. Some of us in this room, we have dogs that are working on their in-person behavior.
Yeah.
So I don't know about that.
So they might be more photogenic, but less great at being a wingman for you in person.
If I brought Rolo's just so high energy around people that he doesn't know, and then I would feel like that reflects as a bad dog owner.
Oh,
on
yeah.
me.
Big time,
that's
big
a lot
time.
of pressure. That's
And
a
then
good point.
You find out, you're like, well, your first red flag
Yeah.
was you couldn't control your dog. So as long as your dog can handle it.
That actually is, that was something that people brought up in this survey, was that if you don't treat your dog correctly, that is going to be a big, let's see.
I do. He's just terrible with that.
Yeah, exactly.
There's certain things that are pet deal breakers for a relationship. For example, people said if you leave your pet in a crate all day, about 3 in 5 people said that is a dating deal breaker.
Really?
Jim stays in his home during the day.
Jim is in a crate, but that is because if he's not in a crate, he'll poop on the floor. So if you want to clean up the poop, you're more than welcome to do that.
I don't know if pooping on the floor was a dating deal breaker. Leaving the dog in a crate.
Normally you think that's just with your date.
Yeah, exactly. So when you come to my house after our date and you smell the poop, you're going to be like, well, maybe I don't like this guy as much as I thought I did.
So that just goes back to Jim might get you a date, but he also might ruin the date.
Oh, he 100% will ruin the date.
Oh, I love dating. Isn't it fun?
So,
I
know. Now, I mean, I thought this was like helpful that having if you want to get a date, go out there and get a pet. But then what you don't realize is that training the dog or cat, maybe a cat might be a better route because it'd be easier to make it behave around a potential prospect.
Well, if first comes, let's just start with making sure your dating profile picture has a pet.
Yeah.
We all have a
It doesn't
bunch.
even
If
have
you
to
need
be-
to borrow one,
Yeah.
you're great.
I will lend Zafira the dog to you for
can
a
lie
photo
and
shoot.
just tell it's your
For a
parents'
fee.
pet.
If you're trying to get rid of someone, I will lend Jim to you. And so when you bring him or her over, they'll be like, actually, I don't think I want to see you anymore.
They walk in, they turn around, they leave.
Yeah. I'll lend you the stinky basset hound, and he'll get rid of him just like that.
That'll work. Here's a great idea. This is so you borrow one of our dogs for your dating picture, and then when you finally go on the date and you don't have the dog, you tell she passed.
No,
she passed
Hudson.
on. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Loved her to death.
Such a liar.
Loved her to death.
The pity card never gets you anywhere. You know that?
You will be found out.
Do you remember that old Saturday Night Live where Peyton Manning is with the kids and he tells the one kid, the little girl runs up to the woman in the park and goes, "Mommy, mommy," and Peyton Manning goes, "Don't you know Mommy died years ago?"
What a wonderful idea you've had.
Do that with a dog. It'll work like a charm.
The Riot Podcast.
RadioU Riot on Facebook, where you can find us this morning eating ice cream.
So it's hard.
It's happening.
You know, everybody's like, well, wait till Monday to start the diet. It's really hard in radio world because every Monday you're like, let's have ice cream.
Yeah.
Let's have ice cream and cake today.
We have a huge sheet cake because we're celebrating, we have RadioU, of course, but we also have RadioU TV, which is our music videos. There's a giant sheet cake over there. We got ice cream, so it's just another Monday.
It's hard to start a diet any day here at RadioU.
That's what we're saying.
Somehow I've been managing, but today might be a little bit of a break.
You're going to have cake and ice cream?
Yeah, I might have some cake. But what we have here, the matter at hand, I mean, the cake is cake. It's going to be good. We don't need to taste test that necessarily. But what we also found is the Turkey Hill Mystery Ice Cream.
So Turkey Hill is, I thought, like a Kroger brand, but you can get it at different places because you found it at Walmart.
Uh-huh.
And I'll tell you, don't you think this melts really fast?
Yeah, it definitely did,
quick,
right
it?
away.
Because we just took it out of the freezer and it's melting.
The mystery is why it melts so quickly.
I know. I just wonder about its creation. So Turkey Hill is offering, you can guess the flavor through March 14th, and then that enters you in a chance to win from them ice cream for life.
So should we dive in? Do you have any first thoughts based off of the
appearance
look and smell?
It's very blueberry or like a blackberry.
Yeah, I think
or
it's going to be fruity because it has like a purpley type look to it, and it smells fruity to me.
I smell it though, and it almost has like I could be way off on this, but it smells almost caramel-like. It doesn't look like that.
Sure.
But it has like a caramel, a very caramel smell to me.
But there's a lot, it looks like jelly inside
Yeah.
it.
No, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's going to be jelly.
Maybe they just colored caramel purple or something to throw you off. Now that would be a mystery.
What's that?
I'm never going to be able to guess this.
Wow, that's really
What
weird.
the heck is that?
I don't know if that might be too positive. It's weird.
You don't like it?
I wouldn't want much of it. Which
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know if I like it.
I don't know either. What is that?
I don't
that
know
color
what that
definitely
is.
throws you off
It
because it's
does.
not fruity like
you cannot
thinking.
pay attention to the color at all. It's definitely
No,
not.
don't let that fool you.
So there's definitely a berry part to it. So I'm going to look on Reddit. Do you guys want to be like, you want to hear some other people's thoughts on the flavors?
I'm going to keep trying it and see if I can figure it out.
Of the flavors with it?
I actually like it. You don't like it?
No, you can have it.
You like it?
Is Is it growing on you?
I don't know. I keep on eating it. I don't know if I like it or not.
No, I think it's pretty good.
You can have the whole thing.
I'll take it home.
All right, so I'm looking on Reddit. Some guesses. A lot of people think it's a blueberry cream or something with a berry with it. But some people think behind the berry is a butterscotch flavor.
Yeah, now that could be more.
That does.
More
I do taste that a little bit.
But who would combine butterscotch and blueberries?
Butterscotch berry. That's weird. That doesn't make. See, I'm not getting a lot of berry flavor. I mean, I kind of get the texture, but I don't taste that.
You don't
Me
taste
either.
any blueberry?
No, I just taste definitely like some kind of butterscotch caramel type thing.
Well, is there like a? It's just an ice cream word. Is it like a ripple? Like a butterscotch?
Is it a ripple? Is it like a streak? A ripple?
Yeah, like
I see a
maybe
ripple
that's it.
running through it. I need to get. See, I don't know though, because you could get so distracted by
the
little,
purple.
Yeah,
I don't
that
taste
the
the
ice
berry.
cream itself does have an actual flavor too. It's not vanilla ice cream with something in it, right? It's
No.
some kind of ice cream, a flavored ice cream, and then it's got this purple stuff in it that we don't know.
I don't know. I
either.
kind of got the berry that time, though.
You do?
I got a lot of the purple, and it tasted very berry to
So
me.
it's a very strong vote towards butterscotch with some sort of berry, like a raspberry or a blueberry swirl with it. But you definitely get some sort of butterscotch with the plain part of the ice cream.
This is
Well,
man.
pack it up and send it home with Hudson because someone's taking the ice cream home that he bought.
Yeah, that's odd. I don't know. I don't even think I like it. I don't really
don't
like
like
it.
it?
I don't really like it.
I'll be honest with you. I could do without. I took a bite of just the purple stuff just to try to figure it out. And when you do chase just that, it is very berry.
Yeah.
And I don't care for that as much, but it doesn't ruin it. But the rest of the ice cream,
Good?
I actually think it's pretty good.
Well, we're going to now combine it off air with our Radio UTV birthday cake,
that'll
which
be
we
a
have
great
in the
pairing.
studio.
Great
So
pairing.
that'll make it better.
Yeah.
I wish we had a good answer for everyone of a guess of what this is.
No, it does feel like there's a butterscotch or a caramel, but
Yeah.
I can't figure out the connection with the berry because it just seems like very two odd flavors that you'd put together.
I even see little specks of black in it. Like it has, it does. I don't know what that is.
Blackberries?
Yeah, that's like blackberries.
Blackberry butterscotch.
I don't know. I don't think there's nothing for us to say that can describe the taste. If you're either going to like it or you're not going to, and I don't think you're going to. I just don't. I'm not a fan of it.
Okay, I've got an idea. Think about this, guys. We're saying like butterscotch or caramel kind of flavor for the ice cream. Think about it again. Maybe take one more taste. See if it tastes like the cookie dough part of ice cream, but actually the ice cream.
Oh, that part?
Yeah, I think it kind of does.
Well, Deb has a good idea. What if it's blueberry pancake?
It could be blueberry pancake.
actually, you know what?
Maybe.
That's actually that could
good
be
guess.
accurate.
And
That's,
Aaron asked, does the mystery flavor ice cream have an ingredients list? It does. That is posted. Though people can't really get it from there.
doesn't give a lot away. Huh?
Maybe the blueberry pancake. I think that's an excellent choice.
That could be totally it. Actually, I kind of that's a smart guess.
All
It's
right,
pretty
Deb,
good though. It's pretty good. I really like it.
We're going to enter to win with your guess.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everything you love about the riot, plus a handy dandy fast forward option. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
So it is. It has been trending on Netflix, and it feels that they appropriately timed this documentary to come out right before Valentine's, maybe to get everybody a little more nervous about the people they're talking to on Tinder.
You're nervous already. You
yeah.
don't want it to be confirmed that there's swindlers on there.
Yeah, you thought they'd just be, you thought you were watching out for just standard jerks,
Yeah,
not
but not this is a professional.
This guy who, so it's called the Tinder Swindler. It has been trending. I know my wife watched it and I overheard some of it. That's
It's a documentary?
That's my familiarity with it. And I think it's not like a series. It's not like Tiger King. I believe it is just one movie documentary. And so the documentary tells the story of the women that have been duped by this guy named Shimon Hyatt, who's also known in the show, or like his Tinder
Profile name?
persona name was Simon Levayev.
Okay, listen. I mean, you could all get swindled, but he posed, and by posing as this, I feel like all the red flags were flying.
Yeah.
He's the billionaire son of a Russian-Israeli diamond tycoon.
Yep.
If anyone,
He calls himself the Prince of Diamonds.
Yeah, if anyone came at me wanting to date and that was their background,
Yeah.
I'd have a hard time believing
You wouldn't
it.
be drawn in, right?
I
Yeah,
don't
it
think
is.
so.
I'm sure. Again, maybe if you watch the documentary and actually I paid close attention to it, I would maybe understand more the women and why they got drawn in, but it's hard just seeing the details that come out
and not believe
and be like, really, you thought that this was going to work out?
Well, what happens sometimes when you get scammed, and in this they were doing this to the women, is they give you stuff in the beginning,
right?
And so you're lured in because you're like, wow, they flew on a private jet, or they gave you all these gifts, or you got money, and so then your mind's like, well, wait a minute, maybe he is the billionaire son of a Russian Israeli diamond tycoon.
Yeah.
But that's not the case. And then eventually he started demanding that they send him money.
Right. And it got, so it gets pretty out of hand. So all of this comes out in the documentary. And then we get news that just now, on Friday, to be exact, Tinder said it has banned the Tinder Swindler.
Just Friday?
Just Friday. I mean, obviously, this documentary was months, if not years, in the making.
Yeah.
And this was only but now that it's brought to light, now they're like,
now he's banned.
Now this is a bridge too far, Shimon Hyatt.
So the Tinder Swindler is off of Tinder. Everybody's just kind of joking, like, why did it take so long, though?
Yeah.
But he's been banned from Tinder.
I wonder if he can still find another dating. I mean, there's a million of them out there, right?
Sure,
He's going to have to go to like the second-rate sites that don't really have a lot of real people on them anyways.
What, does he have criminal charges against him? Or
you
is
would
it
think,
just...
right? That's what I thought. Again, didn't watch it, only overheard parts of it, but it sounded to me like eventually he had been caught up with by authorities and they were going to, press some criminal charges on him. But then again, when you think about that and you're like, well, obviously he wouldn't be allowed on dating sites, but maybe the authorities don't necessarily keep in contact with Tinder to keep them abreast of who is using their service for no good.
Well, I think you have to watch the documentary because he was wanted on charges in Israel in 2011. He fled, went to Finland. Then authorities want him there. So he returned, like he's got all these charges across the country.
Yeah, so across the world, it sounds like.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
so, at least you can sleep soundly as you swipe through Tinder. You don't have to worry about hitting on this Tinder Swindler.
Sure.
Just proceed with caution with anybody.
I'm only looking for someone who says they're a prince.
Yeah, right.
The worst podcast with the best listeners. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Some things that will seem romantic to some don't seem romantic to others.
They make no sense to others.
Yeah, and this 100% I think falls into that category of some people might love it. A lot of people would be almost offended if you did this for them for
You'd be mad.
Valentine's Day. It comes from Little Caesars, which probably tells you all you need to know. But at Little Caesars, they are testing. Now, this is not across the country. This is at certain Little Caesars locations. They are testing out.
It seems like, is it more in Atlanta?
Let's see. It says Charleston, South Carolina, in that area, and some other locations along the southern Atlantic coast.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So maybe Georgia, South Carolina, stuff like that. Little Caesars is testing out crazy bread bouquets.
Ooh, for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, which honestly, is it just a regular order of crazy bread and they put it in a box with hearts on it? And it has a slightly different holder for the crazy bread? Perhaps.
It's cute.
It
starts
is.
Today, which I don't know why. I mean, if you have to buy your bouquet a few days early.
It's not going to be good 4 days or 7 days from now, is it?
Well, maybe some people celebrate, Valentine's Day on different days leading up to it.
Or maybe this isn't a thing that necessarily has to be done.
Correct.
It's not a Valentine's Day only type thing.
But it goes through Monday, so you have through Valentine's Day. It's basically just crazy bread for $10. They make it into a bouquet, and it's got packaging for it.
That's a lot for crazy bread.
You think so? How many do you get?
It looks like the normal amount, maybe like a couple extra sticks, but I think crazy bread is normally like $5. I thought maybe with inflation they've increased it like they did with the pizza.
Flowers are more expensive now. Like it's a bouquet and you're paying for the packaging.
Yeah, that's true. So, if you want to try to get your lover Little Caesars crazy bread bouquet instead of roses for Valentine's Day, more power to you.
I think for Valentine's Day, what you just need to do is, you have your special someone. What do they like? Go make it into a bouquet.
Yeah.
It could be like you have to put it on sticks and put it together with a ribbon, but just
get some tissue paper.
Yeah, do whatever that person likes and make it more fun.
But you're 100% going to save money doing. The only thing that you can't do that with is flowers. You do actually have to buy the flowers straight up.
Yeah,
but
those are
other than that,
expensive.
you if you want to kind of skirt your way around spending all the flower money on something that's just going to die in a couple weeks, or really you could say it's already dead. You can
love.
yeah, right. You can go for whatever your special someone likes and just wrap it in tissue paper.
Perfect.
Boom.
Make
That's
it a bouquet
right there.
and you're good to go.
And all this said, I'll reveal right now, because we talked about it on the show before. Definitely doing this for my wife. We're not in the right location,
But you're
so I'm
gonna
gonna
make
have
your
to
own?
make it by myself. The crazy bread bouquet.
Well, take some pictures of whatever you make.
Oh man, that might be the end of our relationship. But my wife said, this is a quote: "Crazy bread is one of my top 5 favorite things."
We're perfect.
I was shocked then, and now she's gonna pay for saying that.
Just get
because I'm gonna give it to her.
Just get those wooden dowel stick things.
Yeah, right.
Put the breadsticks on it, wrap it up. You're perfectly set.
Oh, it's gonna be so romantic.
Hudson sees the glass as half empty. But get this. He thinks a glass half empty is good. The Riot. RadioU.
CEO entrepreneur, born in 1964, Jeffrey Bezos. So you know it.
Yeah, the song.
That's how I remember when my dad was born.
Oh, really?
My dad is Jeffrey Bezos.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, well, we need to take advantage of that.
Jeffrey Bezos is not my father, but you may have seen the stories that were coming out last week. He has a lot of money.
He
Jeffrey
does.
Bezos, not my father.
Hey, it's our money.
Yeah.
We just gave it to him.
Yeah, and so one of the things he's doing with his gobs and gobs of money is building a super yacht in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
And the story that was coming out last week is his super yacht is so large. How large is it? It is so large, that they are potentially going to have to take apart a bridge over a river in the Netherlands so that they can actually get the yacht from where it is to wherever they want it.
So they want to deconstruct part of this historic bridge.
Yeah,
And
it's not
they
just any bridge either.
It's historic.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you what. This town, no one cared about this bridge
right.
until this moment.
Yep.
And suddenly everybody's all mad about it. My favorite was last week, the officials of the town.
Yeah.
Were like, well, he might have to pay for some of it if we have to move part of the bridge. But everybody's mad at him.
And, I'm not saying that it's really great that they're going to take apart this historic bridge just for his
super
yacht. But then again, like any historic thing you look at nowadays, especially if it's like in Europe where it's historic, it's been taken apart and refurbished, and like it's not all original anyways. So I don't know if you can get so upset as long as they put it back together. But since people are upset about Jeff Bezos' super yacht causing the monument, the bridge, to be taken apart, there's now a movement in the city of Rotterdam, where the bridge is, where they are going to gather together, supposedly anyways.
Oh, bringing people together.
Yeah, and I don't know if they're going to stand on either side of the bridge or where they're going to go, but stand on the sides of the river and egg the super yacht as it passes by.
Oh, really?
They're going to throw rotten eggs at the super yacht.
Well, the weird thing is it's actually set for Wednesday, June 1st.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if that's when the super yacht will be passing through.
Yeah.
But if not,
That's what I was wondering. I
have
didn't
the date
know.
wrong.
Yeah. So what do they say? They've already got 4,500 people have expressed interest on Facebook in one way or another.
Nice.
Will 4,500 people really show up on June 1st or whenever it actually winds up being? I don't know. You know what? It feels like to me like the type of thing, if it was just like, hey, we're all going to get together and it's a parade or whatever, you would not expect a big turnout for a Facebook event. But when it's egging Jeff Bezos' super yacht, something tells me they might get way more than they're actually anticipating.
What I love about it, too, is you can start leaving your eggs out to rot
Yeah,
now.
right.
And wait until June to start throwing them.
It's going to be just so putrid.
Wow,
oh, my gosh.
that's people, again, coming together for a good cause.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know if your cause... It's Jeff Bezos. It's not. It wouldn't be right to throw eggs at other people's property, but I mean, I think Jeff Bezos can afford you to.
Well, and also his super yacht's so big, you could hit part of the yacht.
Yeah,
and
he'll never even smell
know.
it. Right? That's the sad part, isn't it?
They will not notice at all.
Well, if you want to plan a Rotterdam vacation,
June
now
1st?
you know. June 1st.
The Riot promise is that they'll always have an opinion on everything they talk about. But that doesn't mean any of their opinions will make sense. This is The Riot on RadioU.
Isaiah, I brought you in because Nikki and I are going to confront you about a problem that we're concerned you might have.
Let's hear it.
I haven't noticed this.
I hope not.
But he was also over there using the Q-tips, so we're just not sure.
What do you mean? That sounds pretty hygienic for me to clean my ears. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, sure. But have you been sticking the Q-tips anywhere else?
I have only used them in my ears so far.
Okay. Have you been sticking anything up your nose?
Not recently. I have not stuck anything up my nose.
Come on, tell the truth.
No fingers. I don't even know what else you possibly could stick up your nose other than that.
The COVID test.
Yeah.
No. I haven't stuck one of those up my nose in a long time.
It's been a while.
All right. I'm just kidding. I don't know if you have a nose-picking problem or not, but I'm here to tell you, and this is from livestrong.com, like the... Well, I was going to mention Lance Armstrong, but maybe that wouldn't paint it in a great light. But he overcame cancer for all the other stuff. Livestrong, they're reputable, right? And so they were kind of asking the question: how bad is it truly if you pick your nose? Is it really that bad?
Like bad for your health?
Yeah,
a bad look. I'm saying it's a bad look.
Unhealthy? And so
it's a bad look.
Here's what they found. Obviously, it is frowned upon, especially in public, if you were to pick your nose. Certainly, if you were to pick your nose and eat it.
I can't even. I literally can't even.
You can't?
What? No.
I don't know.
What?
I feel like you guys are protesting too much now.
No. What?
I think we might have a couple nose pickers in the room.
Well, you took it to a whole nother level, though.
What do you
But
mean?
eating it, I wouldn't even
Some people pick and eat.
Who? Who are
What
these
else
people?
are you going to do with it?
Whoa! You're defending. Just so we know. Hudson is defending picking.
No, I'm saying people do
your nose
it.
and eating it.
You guys.
You said
just,
where else is it going to go?
Yeah.
As if you shouldn't even pick it
if
in
you're
the first
already
place.
picking it, why would you not also
Defending.
eat it?
He's defending it. You hear this?
Can't even more. No.
I am.
Defending.
I'll play devil's advocate. Is what I'll do. I'll just say maybe some people. You're naive to think there aren't people out there that not only pick but also lick.
There's people that do a lot of gross things. That still doesn't make it okay. Justifiable.
I'm here reading. So of course, Livestrong posed the question: how bad is it to pick your nose? And so they asked some learned doctors. And what the doctors actually say is, it's truly a minimal risk if you did pick your nose and even if you went so far as to eat it. But that doesn't mean that there's no risk at all.
Sure.
They say, some of the things they say is that picking your nose could make you sick because when you're picking your nose, you're getting all that, the boogers and mucus out of there and whatever.
Yeah.
That stuff, especially, so think
Gosh,
about
I want
this.
to itch my nose so bad.
Especially if you were to eat it. I'm sure there are people out, somebody's listening right now going,
No, Hudson,
he's talking to me.
Just ignore that part. And
Ignore
don't
the
bring
eating
them
part.
up.
No, see, they say the eating is where it really gets bad.
Because
if
you
you
can get
really
sick. You don't say.
want to minimize your risk, because when you're picking your nose, all those boogers and mucus, the reason that's up there is to prevent particles of certain things. It's trapping that and keeping it from getting back further into your body.
brain.
So if you're picking that out, maybe picking it out isn't the worst thing, although it gets that bacteria on then your fingers and whatnot. So even if you don't go so far as to eat it, you still want to wash your hands. So wash your hands after you pick. But
We get it, okay? We get it,
then it's just
okay?
getting back
It's
into
bad for you.
It's just getting back into your body. But all that said, it's bad. But they say, don't do it because it's gross.
I don't need them to tell me this.
I know.
But this
is known information.
You don't think that somebody out there is listening and they're like, well, I had been picking my nose, but now that Hudson brought this up, the science behind it, I don't know if I want to keep going on.
They have
also
no
say
idea, I guess.
You have to watch what's on your fingers because
Right.
then if you're getting up there, you're depositing sometimes germs that you would have on your
and then
hands.
you're just trusting the rest of the mucus and boogers further up.
Gross.
So they say the alternatives are if you want to
blow your nose,
but that doesn't always work. I've always struggled with blowing my nose. It doesn't work very well for whatever reason. So they also say that use like a nasal rinse is another way to go as well, or a nasal spray.
Identify your triggers. Because for some, picking your nose might be like a bad habit.
Oh, yeah.
So they say, realize you might get triggered at some point. Boy, that went weird.
Oh, man. Don't do it. Just keep your fingers out of your nose,
No, people that pick their nose probably hear that all the time. They know in polite society they're not supposed to pick their nose, but maybe if you tell somebody who picks their nose why they shouldn't pick their nose besides just shaming them for it, maybe that will go a little further. Yeah, as to convincing them why.
Gross. Well, I don't want to think about it anymore.
I feel like public embarrassment for me. I'd rather risk being sick than being publicly embarrassed, I think. So
yeah, well,
you're being publicly embarrassed if you do this.
That just stops you from doing it in public. It doesn't stop you from doing it behind closed doors.
You're right. A closet nose picker.
Yeah, if this just helps just one person realize they shouldn't be picking their nose, this story was worth it.
It just better not be any of us.
You've made it all the way to the end of the Worst of the Riot. This show only exists because of support from listeners like you. Find out more and help out at RadioU.com/donate.